Welcome back to Nerds That Know. I'm Duchess Bobby here with Gold Goon, Uncle Goon, and
Gonk!
Conk, he says.
Gonk! Tank is
to
blowing
start
his
off
gonk.
tonight.
Yes.
The writer's strike is over,
Yes, it
which is
is.
really exciting.
Woo!
According to everything that we've seen and heard so far, the writers are very excited. They have won what they wanted in their contracts. So we're really happy that that has happened. Late night television is back, which is fantastic.
With the exception of.
No, she's
Oh.
daytime television.
Oh.
And that is all of the writers on the Drew Barrymore TV show, day show, talk show, whatever. They've all quit because she crossed the picket line.
Fucking scab.
Wait, Drew Barrymore has a talk show?
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
new she's
for a
like the
while.
new Ricky Lake. She has been for like 5 or 6 years actually.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, like she'll wear a pantsuit and sit on the floor to talk to people. It's weird, but she's
Gonk.
currently without writers because they're pissed
Right.
off.
Write
and-
that shit yourself, Drew. Let's go.
Yeah, so she has no. The previous excuse for why her show was shit was because of the strike. Now she has no excuse.
Well, she does. She's an idiot.
Well, there is that. But that was for.
There's no excuse for her.
But I've already seen some John Oliver, some Stephen Colbert.
I haven't seen any new stuff, but the one thing I did see about the strike, it's literally the only thing I've seen about the strike ending, was from Adam Conover, who, if you guys don't know who Adam Conover is, Adam Ruins Everything, which is a great TV show. I really enjoyed that show, but he was very ecstatic about the things that the writers got from the universe of money. So if his, and he's fairly truthful about everything, and he tends to, he
ruin
does
everything.
Yeah. So if he's saying that it's a good thing for the writers, then it's a good thing for the writers.
The biggest thing is that AI is not allowed to replace writers.
Which makes sense.
I have a Death Star in my mocktail.
Ow!
I know where you got those ice molds.
I know you know. That's why I always point it out every time I have one.
Those ice molds are
What are
fat.
you doing over there? Did you kill yourself or what? Was that you with the owl?
No, that was me.
That's what
Yeah,
I said.
That's what he said.
Yeah. I smashed my hand on my office
You
table.
dumb.
Eh! Ow.
All right. So Frank's excuse for being stupid is that he's Tank. It's not the
My
writer's fault.
excuse is in the other room. There's-
I will support that. Pick one of the short blondes you live with.
yeah,
Any
one
three
of
of them will
those,
work.
or the combination of them, something like that.
So last time the nerds got together, we talked about the top best horror movies for Halloween time for everybody to be watching. I have a new list for us to go over, and these are the non-scary Halloween movies perfect for getting you in the trick-or-treating mood. Now, these are not the top best movies ever. These are 52 movies that are currently available on streaming. We are not going to go through all 52 because that's kind of crazy. So we'll just hit the highlights. Let us know, A, if you've seen it. B, if you think that it's something that anybody should actually watch. Or C, if you have no idea why it made this list.
Let's hope it's not like the last one, because there's a whole lot of what the hell is that doing on the list.
Right.
All right. Well,
I mean,
we're
at least
gonna-
they had Suspiria on the last list, though.
Yeah.
Is this a Reddit list again, or are we?
This is not from Reddit, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
Is this
from
Screen Rant? It's Screen
We are
Rant.
safe from editors on this list.
Yeah, no. This was from 17 magazine.
Oh, this is going to be even better then.
I'm for it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Look on Matt's face.
No, I got this off of MSN. Okay. The first one is on Netflix. The School for Good and Evil. We've actually seen that one.
Yeah,
it wasn't crap.
No, it was pretty good.
I don't think it's a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Isn't that kind of like it's not knockoff Harry Potter, but it's relatively close?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah,
It's
I've watched
not as-
part of that.
It's not as knockoff Harry Potter, even though that came out beforehand, as a movie we're going to be talking about later on this list. But
And that's knockoff Harry Potter. That is gold, is what that is.
I mean,
Okay.
Harry Potter's just knockoff Star Wars, so whatever.
All right.
Also true.
Scooby Doo,
Scooby Doo.
which Mark and I actually just watched a couple weeks ago. This is the 2002 version with Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr.
I ran into Scrappy Doo on the streets of Idaho Spring on Sunday.
I'm a fan of anything Scooby being kind of spooky, so I'm good with that.
I agree.
Anything
Absolutely. Scooby Doo is the man.
Right.
Fuck Scrappy Doo.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
E.T.
Well, fuck Scrappy. Oh yeah, Scrappy,
E.T.'s good.
yeah, E.T.'s a good one.
Yeah.
I'll dig it.
Okay. Coco. Although technically not Halloween, it's a Dia de
Yeah.
los Muertos movie.
Close
That's
enough.
100%
I'll
Dia de
allow
los
Yeah,
it.
Muertos.
close enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll allow it. That'll work.
That is a really good movie.
Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2.
We watched Hocus Pocus last night. That I forgot that I haven't really seen that movie before, so it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that a bunch of times.
I'm sure you have.
I'm not in the Hocus Pocus camp.
Okay. Casper.
Oh, that's a wonderful
Casper's
movie.
good.
That's a natural. Got to have Casper.
Casper's good.
Yep.
Okay. The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yep.
I don't know if I would call that a Halloween film. You know, it's a cult classic. Like, that's one that you can watch anytime year round.
Right. Well, that's so is E.T. Right? E.T.'s not a Halloween film, but
They
it's
actually
got
go trick or treating in ET.
for like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
Still.
They dress up in costumes in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
Ow.
Not only do they dress up in costumes on Rocky Horror, I feel like, you know, a lot of people that are slightly older than us dress up as characters from Rocky Horror
Oh yeah.
for
This is
Halloween.
Have you guys ever been to a Rocky Horror
Yes.
actual event?
Yes.
Several. I've
Yes.
actually acted in multiple.
Yeah. When they start making fun of virgins and stuff, and it's awesome.
They're a
Mhm.
fucking riot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are.
When you get to
Yeah.
yell at the at the movie, slut, asshole.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll allow
Actually,
Rocky Horror.
we had
That's it.
some friends over for a game night 2 weekends ago, and we had Rocky Horror on in the background. And every once in a while, one of the girls who was over here with us, she and I would just yell at the TV the appropriate audience response. And then everyone else looked at us like we were high. It was fabulous.
Well, were you?
No, I was.
No, we were a
This,
bit.
this is my shocked face.
One of the people that came over was one Jordan Cortman, aka the Human Brontosaurus, and so we did edibles and talked about why the Force and the witchcraft are the same thing. It was a heated debate because it was Force versus witchcraft, and then it kind of went from there. I'm not.
The Force and witchcraft are totally different.
They're the same.
No, they're not. No.
All right, this is a debate that lasted 45 minutes.
I've got time.
We're gonna get into
When-
it tonight too.
Have you
Mark-
seen the agenda?
That's gonna happen.
So we may come back to it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Uh,
We will come back to it.
But since we're talking about witchcraft, the next one on the list is actually The Witches.
Don't know.
No.
That's a terrifying movie. What are you talking about?
Okay, I haven't seen the new one, but the original, that freaked me the fuck out when I was a kid.
It's just as terrifying, the new one.
Okay, well then I don't count that as a non-scary movie.
Get it
No,
off
that
the
movie's
list.
creepy as hell and it's about eating children. How is that not
Oh.
scary?
And then when they like peel their faces off,
Oh.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make a list with rules and then break all the rules and throw shit on the list because that's
So I disagree with that one vehemently.
Yeah, that doesn't
okay.
count.
The Addams Family,
Oh, that's a great.
and then
Yeah.
Addams Family Values as well.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We actually just watched Addams Family recently.
Most of it, some of it. I fell asleep.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why do you have a straw in your drink?
Because I was
But
using
then
it to
proceed to
stir.
And then not using the straw to drink.
Because it's hard cider, and drinking hard cider with the straw is weird.
The door is open.
Take the straw out.
But it has stuff in it because I added things to make it a mixed drink, and so I'm using the straw to stir.
It's not just cider.
So see, I stir with the straw.
Then use the straw.
You use the straw.
Who cares?
I have Death Star ice.
I have no straw.
Oh, also, did you see the cup? I don't think you can see it, but it is an old Chicago 45th anniversary.
Oh, the old 45 glass. Yeah.
We got some stuff from another location today that is no longer there, and so I saw this and I wanted it.
They still had some of those
We
glasses.
had a whole case of them. We have a.
Is
we
that
have
the
a case.
location that's
grab me a couple.
Hey, if Mark Seaborn's watching, just kidding. I'll make sure to send me a text.
Yeah, grab me a couple.
Send me a text, and I'll remember, or send an email to the store.
I'll just send it to you.
Okay. Next one on the list, and this is one I think, Tank, if your girls have not seen it yet, they should. And that is the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen Double Toil and Trouble from 1993.
I remember watching that movie.
That's a possibility because Steph loves that movie too.
And apparently it's available on Prime right now for streaming.
Oh, well, if they haven't, then we definitely will.
So, yeah, you should have your girls watch that. I think they think it's fabulous.
Oh,
I got nothing.
I
I remember watching that.
Unfortunately for me, I have two younger sisters who are Irish twins because, you know, the 80s were just a time for my mom to keep popping out the babies.
Mama Sue was a bit of a slip and slide.
But they wanted to watch all of the Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. So we have seen
Amanda was the same way.
all of them.
My little sister was the same way.
Now, some of them weren't terrible.
No, Irish twins are inside of a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are a year and 2 months.
No,
No, I was just saying that
Amanda also enjoyed Mary-Kate and
and
Ashley.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
wait a minute.
but
I can't tell you how many times. Yeah.
but the mystery voice and Buggy are February and December of the same year.
Yeah.
Jen
Yeah.
tried to get her nickname to be Buggy because she was Aunt Cricket, and it didn't catch on.
No.
Okay, anyways, The Corpse Bride.
Okay. Yeah.
Bless you.
Jesus Christ.
Bless you.
Just kind of skipping over.
Mute button.
Yeah, right.
Oh, here
You
go.
know they actually call that the cough button.
This is the mouse. You take the mouse and you slide it over to the little microphone.
That wasn't
Press this
a
button
cough.
here.
It was a sneeze.
Either way, that's why they
And
call it.
I tried to hit the button and my finger missed the button.
that.
Jesus fucking amateur.
Right
hour.
here, and I missed it.
Jesus
The
Christ.
Addams Family animated film.
Yeah, that one's good.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I'll do
like
that.
that one.
Okay.
Anything Adam's Family's fine.
God. Twilight.
Fuck that.
No, I'm sorry.
It has nothing to do with Halloween. Does
And they're
it?
really bad at
But it's
baseball.
vampires. It's just stupid. Sparkly, stupid.
And
vampires.
bad
Okay.
at baseball, sparkly, stupid vampires.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay, Ghostbusters.
100%.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Is this true? Yes, this is true.
This man is an idiot.
has no dick.
This man has no dick.
When someone asks if you're a god,
You say.
You say yes.
I can't tell you how many times.
You are God.
Every time we're out of something, I'm like, there is no lettuce, only Zool.
There's
and like
a
one
brewery
person who works
in
with gets it.
there's a brewery in Knoxville that's called Zool.
Oh.
Zuul. So good. Everything is a Ghostbusters pun. It's so good.
Fabulous. Okay. The Craft, the original one from 96.
Yeah.
They did a remake a couple of years ago.
Okay. It's not a great movie, but
It's
I'll
worth
allow
it's
it.
campy. I like campy.
Practical Magic.
Oh, that's one of Steph's favorites.
It's fantastic. The books are way better. But I feel that way about almost every book.
That's true of just about everything.
I was
That's
gonna
been...
say, yeah.
Okay. Hotel Transylvania.
Just watch that one.
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah. Hotel Transylvania is a good one.
The first one.
Yeah.
There's 8 other
Mhm.
sequels, but
I think there's only 4.
there might be 16 sequels.
Have you
there's
met
even
Captain
7.
Hyperbole, who's sitting next to you? Because that's all that he does is hyperbolize everything. So yeah.
There is definitely at least 2 sequels.
Yeah, I know I've seen a couple. Anyways.
Yeah.
It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Fuck yeah.
That's absolutely a Halloween special.
That's a must.
Right? Like
yeah.
that one, yeah. I don't really understand why this next one is on the list. Matilda.
Because it's creepy and it's about witches, I guess.
It's not about witches. It's about a girl with telekinetic powers.
Maybe.
So she,
The
if
implication
she
is
weighs
good.
the same as a duck,
Yeah.
she's made of bread, and therefore
A witch. Now wait a minute. Telekinetic or telepathic?
She's telekinetic. She can move
Okay.
things.
Because
Okay.
she can move stuff with her mind.
Yeah, that's telekinesis, Kyle. That's a Tenacious D reference.
All
yes,
right.
we are aware.
I'm going to skip the next one because we actually want to talk about something about that one.
Oh,
Coraline.
Coraline.
That movie's creepy as hell, but yeah.
It's okay.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
It's okay. It's worth a watch.
Creepy.
It is one of our niece's favorite movies.
Yes.
It's all right.
You know, it hits a creep factor.
Yeah.
They definitely-
Zombieland.
Zombieland is one of Milty's new favorite movies.
Zombieland.
Did
Did
you
you
know
know
that?
that? No,
That
I
is
didn't
one of
know
our
you
father's
actually
favorite
seen it.
movies. Ask him about Woody Harrelson
Really?
sometime. That's all he'll tell you about.
Okay,
He loves
good.
fucking Zombieland. That
Well,
movie's
then we
great.
need, to,
Okay.
we need to introduce him to Natural Born Killers and see what he thinks.
Oh,
about
he'll
that.
love that too.
I don't know. That thing's way out there for him. It's very disjointed.
I
and he
love
doesn't
that
do-
movie.
He doesn't
for
do
how-
disjointed. Very
You know what
well.
you do is you
it
ask Milty about Bill Murray, and that's what he'll bring up as Zombieland.
That's right.
It's his favorite movie, man. Other than The
Yeah.
Predator.
No, his favorite movie is Predator. Right.
We said
The
other than
Predator.
that. All right. I guess that this next one is on the list because it has like super creep factor to it. And that's the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory from 71.
No, that shouldn't be on this list.
No, but the
It's
second one
creepy,
should. The remake
yeah.
should.
For Halloween,
remake
though?
should.
No, it's not Halloween.
Yeah. The Johnny Depp remake should. The original with Gene Wilder should not.
I mean, there's,
just
there's
just the tunnel.
there's a lot
know.
of little creep to Gene Wilder's character in that movie, but I still wouldn't put it in a
No.
Halloween thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of creep to Roald Dahl as a writer. That's why it's creepy.
Right.
This is all true. That's also why James
What-
and the
what
Giant
about
Peach is
the-
on this list.
What about the Christopher Lloyd never made remake Gobstopper?
Oh, have you seen
My
that trailer?
favorite-
It's so good.
The trailer. I mean, it's like 10 years old, but it's worth a watch every single.
Have you seen that one?
I don't think so.
I'll have to.
Oh, you gotta
Yeah,
watch
we'll have
that.
to
That's
find
so good.
It-
It reimagines Willy Wonka as a slasher film
Uh-huh.
Nice.
with Christopher Lloyd as Willy
Oh.
Wonka, and it is absolutely brilliant. Like I pray to God they actually make that movie.
You know,
I would watch it.
They
five
better
times.
hurry the fuck up. Christopher Lloyd's not getting any younger. Have you seen that guy
They're
lately?
never
Yeah,
gonna
but
make.
Jared,
They're
he's
never
not
gonna
getting
make
any
it. but-
older either. He's just kind of permanently stuck at decrepit.
It's true.
it reminds me that when you guys are talking about, it reminds me of the Mario Kart Revenge one.
Oh God, I wish that they
Yeah.
had made that
Yeah,
movie.
that's up there too.
That's in that same vein of
Pablo
that should have been the
Pascal,
movie.
Mario
Made.
Kart Revenge.
You should make that. Let's
that
do
was
that.
that was the best SNL skit in the last
Yeah.
30 years.
What's your name? It's a me.
What happens if you fall off? A guy with the fish hook comes and gets you out.
It's so
It
good.
kills me every time.
Yeah, that's one of the best things they've done
How
in
do you
years.
say? How do you keep a straight face like that saying that
Be-
line?
Between that and the bit where they do on the nightly news segment where they write jokes for each
Oh,
other.
God, I
And the
love
white,
that.
oh,
That is the
my
only part that I
God.
watch. I will
Yeah.
watch Colin
I'll
and
watch the
I
Shay
replays
especially
of that.
love
destroy each
how
other.
racist those jokes get.
Oh,
Yes, it's
it's
so
aggressive.
good.
Yeah.
It's
It's
pretty funny.
fantastic.
It's pretty funny.
Okay. So Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Okay,
That should
Weird.
be
I
on
wouldn't
there.
say Halloween.
Weirdly.
Though.
I'll give you that
I
one.
mean, it's Tim Burton, so I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One that Mark and I actually just watched a couple of days ago, and that is the 1992 Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Hey!
It
The
is kind of
world-
a slasher flick.
The world's best and never to be topped death scene.
Oh,
in
hey,
any film. Yeah. Paul Rubens.
so good, man.
Just chews scenery with a stake in his chest for 3 minutes. And it's absolutely
And
We
then
watched
they continue the death scene during the credits.
Yes, I know. It's so good.
Wait, I forgot about that scene, and he started to die, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's the best part!" I said that out loud. I was like,
Yeah.
"This is the best part of this movie." Oh,
Plus Sarah
man.
Michelle
Ah.
Gellar in leather. Whatever. Oh,
It's so good.
That's Paul Rubens at his best.
Oh man, so good.
May that man's soul rest in peace.
Okay. The last one I have here is the 2003 Haunted Mansion.
That's the Eddie Murphy
Eddie
one.
Murphy.
Underrated movie.
Which is funny considering what came out today.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I ended with that one, because that's
Yeah.
the next one we wanted to talk about.
Is that the one with the Bare Naked Lady song in the soundtrack?
Maybe I don't remember much
think
of the
so.
stuff. Yeah, the what I remember is I can't remember her name who plays Madame Leota, but she was awesome in it. You couldn't have gotten a better just that whole movie was pretty much a throw to the ride as
Right.
it should have been. And then they did it with the Muppets, and it was an even more throw to the ride.
And that one was what, last year before
Came
last?
out last year and was really good. If you guys didn't see the Muppets Haunted Mansion, it's worth a watch for sure.
Yeah, that's good.
And
I refer to that one as Gonzo's Haunted Mansion.
Gonzo's Haunted Mansion.
Jennifer Tilly is who played
Jennifer Tilly,
Leota.
that's what it is.
Thank you.
She's a great Madame Leota. She's great. And Eddie Murphy, that's I think that movie got bagged on a lot because that was kind of when Eddie Murphy was, more of cliche than anything. So it was.
Yeah, that was right after the Mars movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was.
Which was absolutely dreadful.
Yeah.
It's like one of the worst movies ever made.
But if you get a chance, it's super campy and it's Disney, but it's worth a watch for sure.
Yeah, and then the new one just came out. It is now available on Disney Plus.
I am so excited.
And the only reason that we are here talking to all of you instead of watching that is because I've hidden the remote controls in both rooms
This is true.
from my husband.
This is true because not only did it come out and they have the little cast picture on there, I looked up and saw the rest of the cast for that movie. Jamie Lee Curtis had got cast as Madame Leota. She's the head in the glass.
Danny DeVito is
Danny
in it.
DeVito.
Rosario Dawson.
Yes. It's a really, really good cast. So I can't wait to see it. Haunted Mansion, Matt knows, Haunted Mansion is one of those things that I've been sort of obsessed with since the first time I went to Disney World. Just the fact that it's such a cool dark ride and they have these old school illusions that still blow the minds of everybody.
holds up.
I don't know if you know this thing, but I will actually listen. I have a 35-minute version of the actual ride that I will listen to in the car.
Yes.
With lyrics and it goes through the music. It goes through I am a giant Haunted Mansion fan.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
It's dark rides are always one of my favorite things. I always wanted to do a dark ride Haunted Mansion, but rated R version with Henry Rollins as the narrator.
Oh, jeez.
I think that would be a lot of fun. And then, like slasher things happen in every room that you go in. Like I always thought that was fun. But yeah, I'm absolutely obsessed with the Haunted Mansion. So I'm super excited about this movie.
All right.
Looks good. I agree.
All right. We will definitely have a movie review of that one next time when we come back.
Yes.
We'll also watch some more of the movies on both of the lists, the non-scary and the scary, because we are working our way through that. I actually watched The Crow for the first time all the way through. Cried a little.
Yeah.
Say it.
Which one?
Caw.
Bang, fuck, I'm dead. The one that always gets me is a Fun Boy won't be joining us tonight on account of a slight case of death.
When's that remake coming?
Oh,
because it's coming, right?
Eventually, I'm sure.
yeah, but if you don't, I don't know, decrepit Michael Wincott, I don't think could play top dollar anymore, and I don't know who you'd get to play that guy.
You can get somebody. That's not. He did a good job, but that's a role that anyone could play.
Yeah.
Crow remake 2024.
Yeah, but it was definitely because it's one of Mark's favorites.
Yeah, that's top 3.
And he's been trying to have
Danny Houston.
Okay.
That's going to be good.
All right.
Yeah. So I've been trying to watch
that
that movie
he'd
for
be a good
the
one for
last
that.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I keep falling asleep.
Yeah.
Not because it's a movie that's easy to fall asleep to, but
I was
because
gonna
as
say.
soon as I get all cuddled up, I'm asleep within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Head hits chest, I'm out.
So there was a lot of this going on during that movie. I was giving my wife a stiff arm, like.
It's not the only. Sorry. So while we're on the topic of Halloween movies,
Death Star, ice.
we were sitting up the other night trying to figure out which movie to watch next, and Mark was like, "There's this one movie."
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's called because I've never seen it, but it has Tim Curry and he's like David Bowie and I was like, oh, you mean The Worst Witch? Because this is a movie that I watch every year. It is only available on YouTube. I think it was made in 1987.
That sounds right. I was going to say that movie's like 40 years old.
And so Mark watched it
I got
all the way
nothing.
through for the first time.
I remember watching it one time and it was just on like the Disney Channel or something. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like it was just on. I wasn't paying attention. And then like fucking Tim Curry appears out of nowhere and just like floats over this church school.
As the Grand Wizard.
Yeah. His character's name is the Grand Wizard, which is kind of fucked anyways.
Yeah,
But
that's
he
uncomfortable.
floats
Yeah.
over and has this like 4-minute song that he does. That's all David Bowie-esque. And like, it's really like, I just remember that. And I'm like, holy shit, Tim Curry just stole this fucking movie. And like, I didn't see any of it. And then
he has like ISIS wings.
for like 25 years, I've been thinking about this movie, finally watched it. And it's bad.
Yeah.
But another actor in this movie, Matt.
It's an hour and 10 minutes. It's
Matt.
the shortest movie I've ever heard of.
Matt, one of the other co-stars
Mark.
of this movie is
Mark.
Diana Rigg.
Yeah, she is Professor Hardbroom. Daddy,
The Queen of Thorns.
we're not
Yes,
The Queen of Thorns. Yeah.
yes, Diana Rigg.
Mhm.
It's worth
You
a
say
watch just for
Heart
her
Broom.
and for fucking Tim Curry. And if you don't want to watch the whole thing, you can just get on there and go to YouTube and watch the music video. Waste 4 minutes of your life, and you'll be glad you did.
There's a series with 4 seasons of a remake of this on Netflix.
Yeah, it's Bella Ramsey.
Yeah, and the TV show on Netflix is actually pretty cute. Sticks to the original source material pretty well. I watched the first 2 seasons of it. Just
How? It's 70. How do you build 4 series out of 70 minutes?
because it's basically just the movie takes place over the course of like a month.
So they
Right?
just expanded over
And
the
the
course of the school
series-
year.
Well,
No.
each season of the series is a school year.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because they start the school at like age 9 or some shit like that, and it goes up until they graduate. No, Daddy, it's not like Labyrinth. Okay, another movie that we just watched is The Elementals. Now, this one came out from Pixar in theaters a while back, but we just watched it for the first time on Disney Plus within the last week or so. And Mark has already watched it, 3 times?
Yeah, I've watched it 3 times already.
That makes sense.
Have you seen it, Frank?
I have not watched the whole thing, but I've watched part of it. Yeah.
It's really good. It's really good. It's what you expect, right? It's, all equality, everything's the same, but everything's different. We're going to work through our differences, fire versus water type stuff. And, but it's really cute. The animation is incredible. Like really, really fucking good.
Their water physics is wild.
Oh my God. And the fire stuff too. Like everything that they do. It's a visually very stunning movie. The basis behind the story is the guy who directed it grew up in Brooklyn, and his parents ran a
little bodega.
Yeah, a little Korean bodega. And so it's that whole like growing up in a foreign place that you're not from, and that whole experience, but it's redone with the elements instead of other stuff. It's definitely cute. Pixar. It's not as sad as some Pixar tends to be. It wasn't like, there were some moments, but it wasn't like a tearjerker like Toy Stories tend to be, or like the Cars movies are.
Or what was the one that came out during COVID with the van and the dad is just the pants?
Oh God.
Like when the van dies, you cry.
Yeah.
That one was heartbreaking because the dad stuff.
This was not that. It was a lot more fun, but also did the whole like, be good people type thing. There was a message. There was a Disney message in there.
Onward.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Onward was rough.
Movie.
When you cry because of van crashes, like Pixar is doing that shit on purpose.
Right.
Well, I mean, Inside Out.
Yeah, but I really
the first 4 minutes of Up.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not saying any of those things are wrong. Like
that's
Pixar
just what they do.
That's what they do, right?
And I'm saying they do it on purpose.
Right. Their whole thing is either we're going to make you cry or we're going to make you think. And my favorite movies from them, number 1 is WALL-E, and this one is probably 2 or 3 now. Just because it didn't have that. I don't watch a movie because I want to get emotional over something, right? Like I want to watch a movie to get entertained, forget about real life stuff. And maybe that's the emotion, but I want to watch the animation. I need a good story with good characters. And that's the kind of Pixar I lean towards, is that fun stuff, with, the Disney message is always going to be there because it's built for children, and they're always going to be like, their thing, but it's just that I'd rather have those movies than, Andy is hating toys again and burning them.
Oh, Schindler's Toy Box. Yeah.
Schindler's Toy Box.
That's what Toy Story 3 is.
Did you see, Frank, did you watch any of we talked about this a little bit, but the Toy Story Andy's Room thing on Sunday?
Oh my God. Yeah, I did.
If you guys,
I watched the entire second half, basically.
It was so good.
It was good. It was well done.
Like the fact that Slinky was like the yard marker.
Slinky Dog made it, man.
Yeah, and that the aliens as the camera operators.
Aliens and the camera people.
Yeah. So we turned it on, and I'm like, why does that dude have such a giant head? And Mark goes, no. That's what he normally looks like.
She was like, why is that? I feel bad for that guy. His head is so big. I was like, no, that's Booger. His head's just that big.
Yeah. That's just Booger. His head actually is that big. Yeah.
So I do have to call back to the list thing, and we're getting some comments on Facebook, and it looks like it's from Papa Mac.
Oh.
He wants to add Dances with Wolves and Patton because, of course,
to the to the
to the movie
Halloween
list.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Halloween list.
In my personal experiences, Dances with Wolves is a terror movie because it's what is always on. And we got so sick of that freaking soundtrack. We threw the CD away 4 or 5 times. Dad just kept bringing a new one home. We listened
I still
to
have
that
it.
or
It's a good
watched that
soundtrack.
probably 9 billion times when I was a kid.
It is a fantastic soundtrack to listen to when you're headed up to the river and you crest the hill
Okay.
Yeah.
over going into the river, into the
Maybe
canyon.
once or twice a
Dun,
year.
dun, 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 dun.
Again, once or twice
Cross
a
the
year,
bridge.
it's not bad. 3 times on repeat during one dinner is too much.
So she feels about that soundtrack like I feel about Aerosmith because of your little sister. Every morning, the Aerosmith.
really?
Oh yeah, it was bad. Dream On is nightmare fuel for me.
Which is sad because that actually is a good song.
Not anymore. It's not. Fuck that.
Not to him.
Fuck that song. But anyways, I feel you with the dances stuff.
Like I agree. Labyrinth could totally go on the list.
Oh, that movie's creepy as shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
Labyrinth is
the
good.
Bog of Eternal Stench. I'm pretty sure that was my brother's room growing up. But yeah.
Plus, Labyrinth has
David Bowie.
David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly, who was my dream girl growing up.
Labyrinth absolutely belongs on the list.
Yeah.
Okay. So real quick, finishing out the agenda before we get to the game I've created.
It's fun.
Ahsoka season finale happened.
We finished it.
We can finally talk about episode 6 also.
Yes.
We can talk about episode 7. We're a week out.
Yeah. So let's start with episode 6, I guess, then, Frank.
I was just because we couldn't talk about it last time.
We couldn't talk about it last time.
Yeah.
Ezra, the return.
Yeah,
Right?
so good.
That was amazing.
I can never remember what the name of the stupid droid, but 10PO is one of my new favorite characters of all time. And it's just because
You mean
it's David
Chopper?
Tennant. No, Chopper's always great.
Hu
Yang.
Yang.
Yeah,
Hu
but
Yang.
I'm calling him
Hu Yang.
10PO because he's the 10th Doctor. And he's playing the Brit.
What? Jesus, just watch some fucking Clone Wars, bro. He's all over that.
Yeah, but it's Tennant this time.
He was Tennant dead.
It's still Tennant. Tennant PO.
He was Tennant dead. He's good.
What?
All right, so I do want to call back because we mentioned it super briefly when we were last together 2 weeks ago. And Tank.
Yeah, this has been stuck in my head for a month now.
Super, super cool, like Easter egg. And you get in episode 6, it's literally not an episode of Ahsoka, it's an episode of everything else.
Ahsoka's everything else.
Ahsoka's in like 3 minutes of this hour-long episode. But at the very end of the scene with Ahsoka and Hu Yang, they're sitting in the belly of the star whale.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, all right, tell me a story. And he says, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And I got fucking chills.
That narrator moment was awesome.
Right. It's like, because Hu Yang's been there pretty much the whole time.
He's been there forever.
He even
right?
referenced back to that several times where he's all like, yeah, I've trained everybody, motherfucker. Like, I knew your master's master.
He said as much in Clone Wars, too. Like, they talked about him in Clone Wars as being that guy for thousands of years. But they never touched on maybe Hu Yang is the guy telling.
Yeah, he's the narrator for the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, which is super cool. Is that what let me back up. They intended to make you make that jump. Is that actually what they're saying? I don't know. It's a cool moment.
It's definitely fan service to fuel the chat rooms. Yeah, 100%. It's things to get us talking about that.
It's another example of why Filoni's a flipping.
Yeah, he's pretty bright.
It just goes back to my theory of all Star Wars is these are the stories of the droids that have people interacting within them.
1000%. The Skywalker saga is the R2D2
The movie,
show.
yes. No, it's the
And,
C-3PO.
yeah,
show.
C-3PO, but it's both of them.
It's the 3PO show. Yeah. The movies, yes. I think we get into the live action stuff, not as much, right? Mandalorian has nothing to do with droids. As a matter of fact, he hates droids, right? There's one R4 unit that shows up in season 3 who's there a little bit.
I was going to say, what about the IG unit?
Yeah, IG-88.
He's there at the beginning, and then they
him.
bring him back.
I will
They reuse him, but he's dead.
But for the most part, like the droids are what drive the story forward.
What if Star Wars was really narrated by Gonk droid?
Gonk.
And he's just pretending to be a Gonk droid so that nobody fucks with him, but he's really just archiving the entire thing.
He's just a walking battery, but happens to be just a memory.
He is the world's, the universe's most renowned brain, and he is just recording everything.
He's just a million terabyte hard drive just walking around.
Because he is so smart, he can only say that. He can't give out any of the information. He just goes, Gonk. It's the source of his genius, the Gonk.
What if it's like all right, let's get even deeper. Let's say this is like an Asimovian universe, and the robots are actually in control.
They are in control, though.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah, no, not telling the story.
That's what she was saying. Yes.
Okay.
No, Papa, he is not Groot.
Who?
He is Gonk. Groot is a plant. Gonk is a robot.
Gonk is made of no bionics.
Gonk.
But yeah, that was a crazy moment.
That was a cool moment. Cool. That really was a cool moment. Yeah. And I know, Mark, you have some thoughts about the Star Whale.
I believe his exact words were, "When I grow up, I want to be a star whale."
So after watching, no, and that didn't actually come up until like a half hour ago.
That does not fucking matter. The point is, it was said.
So before we get to that, the Star Whale is great, man. It crosses both universes. There, it is an identical Star Whale to what happens in the Time Lord universe. It is that level of thing where Matt Smith's doctor encountered the last Star Whale, which was in charge of Starship UK. That's the very first Amelia Pond episode outside of the special that Matt Smith started. So they've identified that both of these universes are connected, and that the Star Whales are interstellar traveling beasts that can go through galaxies and stuff too. I want to be a Star Whale because did you see that thing come out of hyperspace?
Oh yeah.
Just like a boss, man. Just all right, we're here. What do we do now? And then they get blown the fuck up, which was kind of sad.
Are these
and that's why there's only one left.
They took off.
Are these?
No, they left. There's more than one left. But
that was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. 3,000 years in the future, there's only one, and it comes to save the children that are screaming from the UK and then take them off in the ship.
Are you my mommy?
Who's a Star Whale?
That would be Daddy.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you have tentacles that help you get through hyperspace.
That's pretty
Papa
fucking
Sue?
dope to do intergalactical travel.
Right. And the lore behind the Purgle whales is that's how they developed hyperdrive, was they studied these things eons ago, right? Because they could enter hyperspace just because they evolved that way. And Purgles are super cool. And then when they showed up for all of about 8 seconds in Mando season 3, I geeked out because I'm like, oh, they put him in live action. Here it comes. We've got Thrawn. We've got Purgles. We're going to get Ezra. Yeah, it's going to be so good.
Sidebar, completely, on Ahsoka, but moving away from Star Whales. Season 2 has not yet officially been confirmed, but all of the social media posts that said the series finale have all been deleted and replaced with season finale.
Well, they're going to have to continue these stories, whether it's directly Ahsoka or not. Because there is
Yeah,
4 major stories coming out of the end of that.
So
Okay.
you're gonna get the next season of Mando, which is probably gonna help push some of this stuff
Yeah.
along. You're gonna get another season of Boba Fett, which is gonna help push some of this stuff
And there's
along,
Boba.
and then you're gonna get Heir to the Empire.
Oh,
It's not going to be the book, but the movie's coming with Heir to the Empire. That's going to tie everything all together.
that would be the dream.
You just see it coming. You can see it coming. I mean, you're not going to have Luke and Leia. I mean, you can't because you can't have them in any great.
Are you
lengths
watching what's?
because-
Are you watching what's happening?
In the chat.
I am now.
I am
Whatever.
now.
Now I am
Now.
now. The Empire will rise again for the Empire. All right. But we're getting the movie that they've already announced that's going to tie all of this live action stuff up is going to be Heir to the Empire. I'm calling it now.
That'd be cool.
You can just see it coming from 2 miles away.
Which would be cool.
I don't know. It's going to be like a Mara Jade, Luke and Leia thing, and they may throw some Ben in there. Who knows how it's all going to look? But it's going to be based on Heir to the Empire,
which would be pretty cool.
I cannot wait because Filoni already is. We already know Filoni is a huge fan of the Legends
Right.
universe.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I mean, we know because you threw Thrawn in it. Right. I mean, Thrawn is the best bad guy in any of this stuff because he's just so unbelievably calculating. Right. There's evil and like Mark, you sent. I don't know if you sent me the cartoon or if I just saw it somewhere on Facebook, but how Vader is he just kills things. He's like,
just
whatever.
he's
punch him in
just
the
a
face.
mindless
Yeah.
killing machine.
Yeah, he's just pissed off all the time and just chokes the shit out of stuff. And Palpatine had this, long-ranging thing to stay alive, and Darth Plagueis and all that bullshit. Whatever. Thrawn
Have you
is
ever
the
heard
ultimate
the tale
tactician.
of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Yes,
It's
I
not
have.
a story a Jedi would tell.
No, I have absolutely. But Thrawn is more terrifying than both of those guys because of his ability to think and calculate.
I'm
Can't
glad
wait.
that they're showing a lot of that too. Like, there's a lot of thought going into the writing of this. I actually said a couple times that I was like, holy fuck, they're doing Thrawn right. Like, not only do you have the guy that plays the best bad guy in the world, like, come on, Lars is great, but just fucking the way that he is so calculated, in everything that he does. It's all, very minimalistic and, just very, we only need to do this. We only need to do that.
Very
Now you're
chess
through.
master.
Yeah. It's so cool to see because you don't really see that kind of psychological warfare much in these sci-fi universes. It's a lot of like, aha, I've got the power, and that's kind of it. Thrawn's different, and I like that.
You were saying how much
Very
you
much so.
appreciate them showing he's a tactician.
Yes, master tactician.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and a big chunk of that is he has no designs on power. He just wants order.
Yeah.
He wants an ordered universe, and he's tired of people fucking with it. And that's his biggest thing. Like, he's not a mindless. He doesn't care about the power. He doesn't want to dominate anything. He just wants all the mystical, creepy creatures to fuck off.
He is the universe's most giant get off my lawn guy.
Oh, yeah. He just wants you all to disappear.
You know who he is? He's Himmler. That's who he is.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of Himmler, yeah.
Yeah.
That probably is some inspiration there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
He was the tactician.
You're not wrong.
And thank God that the guy in charge of that whole shit show didn't listen to him and was a psychopath and insane, because otherwise, things might have gone differently. But Thrawn is that guy. Mark, you said it. He has no designs on power. Himmler didn't want to be in charge. He just wanted order and wanted everything to be the right way. And when everyone looked the same. We already know that the Empire is extraordinarily xenophobic. They don't like anything that's not human, which makes Thrawn even more of an anomaly because he's not human. He's chiss.
Oh, yeah, but none of his people are around anymore.
No, they're all dead.
But yeah, that was so good. Then the finale was a great way to tie it up and kind of leave you just waiting. When that ended, I'm like, okay, I need what's gonna happen next now.
Right.
Yeah, they're good at that, fuckers.
Yeah,
and they get the fact that they gave Ezra Caleb's twin hilt so he can make his new sword, a lightsaber.
Oh,
right.
Kanan. Yeah, because I had one left, and Kanan took the other one. That was pretty bad.
I thought that was cool.
Oh, I was calling him by his real name. Sorry.
My question is: does Hu Yang just have spare kyber crystals?
He has to.
Look at that shop.
Yeah. But you have to go get your own. That's the whole thing about a lightsaber. Is you got to get a kyber crystal.
Yeah, but he already got one.
They just kind of like blew past the whole kyber crystal thing. That's the one thing I have about that episode. We're not going to spoil anything because we all know that Ezra is going to get one, right? He's a Jedi.
He needs his sword. Yeah.
He needs a lightsaber.
And
are we just gonna ignore the kyber crystal thing that you have to actually go find one as part of your path?
I don't ignore it in the original trilogy.
He already found one.
Yeah, so maybe
his lightsaber away.
Maybe David Tennant just keeps a lot of them extra for people who have already done it, and he's such a good.
Just have this regular blue one. Just sitting around?
Sure, why not?
I don't.
Maybe
know.
His original one was a blue one, so it make
He's got to rebuild lightsabers on the fly. You really think Mace Windu's out there grabbing purple kyber crystals every time he breaks a fucking lightsaber? Hell no, he doesn't have time for that shit.
How many times has Mace Windu broken a purple?
Do you think that motherfucker didn't break a lightsaber?
Yes,
you're
probably
right.
Mace Windu hasn't.
Okay, but that's not all. That's not always been the story though, because we can think about even the original stories with Luke. He didn't go and get himself a kyber crystal out of a cave anywhere.
No, he stole his dad's old one.
Yeah, but kyber crystals are not original trilogy stuff. They were added on to the lore. They were added on to the lore.
I'm saying, but there's precedents you could say.
You cannot. No, you can't say that. Like lightsabers cauterize shit. Okay, then why did the guy's arm fall on the floor with all the blood in it? I mean, there's inconsistencies.
What about
everywhere.
Rey?
If you look at what about Rey?
Her first lightsaber wasn't an original. I'm just saying they don't have to have the same thing. He did that quest already, and he was proven worthy. So they're just like, well, fuck it. He already earned one. Let's give him another one.
He already has
one sitting there. That's my thing. He just has them sitting around. Well, then build like 6 of them, bro. Like, come on. He's got 5 arms on his back. Let's just go Hu Yang, General Grievous, and General Kenobi, and just wheel around a whole bunch of lightsabers. He could be the world's biggest badass battle droid.
Well, I mean,
that's not them. Doesn't mean that he uses them.
He should, if he's got a bunch of kyber crystals sitting in the back of the Jedi shuttle.
Maybe they are all sitting inside of him somewhere.
Oh my god! So he shits kyber crystals? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that way.
That is the way.
Hold on.
If the ship goes down, he can still have them.
Either way, I thought it was a cool moment to give him Caleb's twin.
Agreed.
So. Yeah. All right.
Despite Matt's minor nerd rage moment,
we have a lot more to come in the small screen with Star Wars before we get the next movie.
Yeah.
Disney Plus has been killing it as far as what we've seen so far. I think that Matt is not wrong because I can't say the other sentence. That we're going to get a lot more of this story in the other shows that are coming out as well. We don't necessarily need to wait for the season 2 of this.
Who's a clandestine Jedi?
I'm going to guess that's Papa Sue.
Oh, Ezra was the clandestine Jedi.
No,
he finally got sent home.
There's a comment.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just being an asshole.
Yeah.
There's
because
that's news to us.
Because Mama is grossing out about the Luke
I didn't know that,
which is why apparently she never watched Game of Thrones. Because Luke and Leia kiss once before they realize that they're brother and sister, whereas Jamie and Cersei, like
they were twins.
3 kids. Yeah. 3 kids.
And then they did not only 3 children, but they continue to practice their shenanigans for 7 seasons.
And throw a little boy out a window.
Yeah, banged in the tower at Winterfell. Oh, the things I do for love. Yeet.
So one of the memes that I posted recently on our page is actually take a Game of Thrones line and ruin it by ending the whole thing with the word bro. And the sample that was given is the things I do for love, bro.
No, the better one is tell Cersei it was me, bro. Speaking of Diana Rigg, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. That is also Diana Riggs. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yep.
I was
the Queen of
I
Thorns.
was thinking of On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh yeah, and the original Avengers,
and the original Avengers,
the 1960s.
You're right.
Yep.
I forgot she was the. Yeah, you're right.
She was the Queen of Thorns. She was the one that killed
Yep.
Joffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Littlefinger gave Sansa the headdress. The Queen of Thorns showed up and straightened it, pulled the one crystal out, dropped it in the wine, and then you get the purple wedding.
The purple wedding.
I actually just
That's what they
watched
call
the
it,
Game
because
of
he turned
Chairs,
purple.
I made her watch the Game of Chairs. Yeah.
Game of Chairs,
which is
good.
fantastic.
I love the Game of Chairs.
Oh my!
We
I
went
love-
down a Sesame Street rabbit hole because fucking
The Game
Because
of Chairs
Rocco
is
was
good.
just a fucking rock.
It was just a fucking
Right.
rock.
The Game of Chairs.
Game
Okay.
of Chairs is so good.
And it's like almost true to the source. That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Ridiculously close.
Right. It's almost
Okay,
South Park level of parody of it.
Oh yeah,
Which is what makes it even better.
that's so good,
Mhm.
and for
Yeah,
children. So
Yeah, and for
Okay,
kids,
um,
right? So good.
Also coming up soon on Disney Plus, completely moving on.
yeah, she's done with it. Stop
is
interrupting
Loki.
me.
Yes, Loki season 2.
That one's coming out
Friday.
here pretty quick.
Tomorrow. Comes out tomorrow.
There you
I thought it
go.
was Friday.
Friday.
Well, tomorrow night.
I thought it
Well,
was the 6th.
sometime within the next 48 hours, Loki season 2 will be
Yeah, it's either
available
tomorrow night or Friday
on your
night. One of
streaming
the two.
services. And this is one that season 1 was awesome, although there was the discussion of, did it really need to be called Loki? Was it really about him? And
That was my fault.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, and the end conclusion was, yes, it did, because it built us up and took us to where we are now.
It did at the very end, but for the first
You're just going to die on this hill.
no, because
Yeah.
if it's not Loki, it could have been literally anyone else almost the entire story until the end when everything goes sideways. It could have been anybody else with a multiverse. It didn't matter that it was Loki. The story had nothing to do with it being Loki until they made it about Loki finally.
But you had to have the build.
I could not disagree more.
I completely agree with what Matt's about to say.
They called it Loki because he's in every bit of the show.
Right.
What I'm saying is, but
So
the
where there's
story-
27.
But the story itself, the story that they're telling this time squad, time police story here.
The TVA.
This whole thing, it does not require Loki until the very end.
Oh, you
It could literally be
okay,
anybody
great.
else.
So plug somebody else in it, call it something else, but Loki's in it, so call it fucking
No,
Loki.
that's what I'm saying though. That's why that was my whole point though, was it could have literally been anyone else almost the entire story until you made it necessary for it to be Loki when everything breaks apart at the end.
Okay, but is there a more interesting character that you could create this story around? No, it's got to be Loki. So why wouldn't you just name the story after him?
You could
It's the
literally
same
do
as
it with
the
the
Book
guy
of
that
Boba
he ends
Fett.
up facing at the end.
It's the exact same thing as the Book of Boba Fett. The characters are a part of that show, and they don't necessarily drive the story, but they are the story, and so you name it after that.
Well, no, but that's
Here we go. Here comes Danny Dimes.
no, you guys, I understand what you're saying. Yes, Loki made it a Loki story. Yes, but I'm saying you could have taken that exact same story with literally any character and called it that name.
Okay, so who else died
Or
and
you
could have
guys
been in
keep
a
fighting,
separate
I'm gonna take the dog
universe.
out.
You don't even need it to require dying. You just
Sure,
need
you
them-
did. He had to be a variant. He's a
One-
variant.
one second,
Oh.
guys. We just lost the the host. She just went
Well,
to go
that's
take the
fine.
dog out.
He doesn't have to be here for this.
No.
No, I know, but it's
So
just funny that she
who else
left.
died and has a separate universe that they have actually portrayed either
Doctor
on the
Strange.
small screen? You already had that. That was after.
Yeah, but
Doesn't
Doctor
matter.
Strange is
But
part
it-
of
That was
another
after
story.
Avengers. You can
But
say
that proves,
that.
but I'm saying that proves my point.
Because
It
it's all
could
part of a narrative. This whole narrative, they're finding where these characters fit into this giant narrative. So you
Yeah.
take a Doctor Strange story and you turn it, and it's not really Doctor Strange, right? It's more of the Wanda story, really. Honestly, it's the Scarlet Witch movie, but it's still Doctor Strange based. So you call it the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange.
Exactly,
He's
and
the lead
that's my
character.
point,
He's
though.
the lead actor. That's how you're going to bill it because that's the lead into it.
No, and
The
I
Loki
agree
story
with you.
is about Loki. He's the main actor.
It's not.
Okay, so if you change
Not.
That's the whole
what
point. It's not.
but if you change it to Doctor Strange, then you lose the Doctor Strange narrative that he's got going on elsewhere, right?
But that didn't matter at that point because it wasn't out yet at that point. That's
But
what
it
I'm
does
saying.
matter because it fits into the narrative that they have created.
So
I know,
and
but that's my
hold on. Back to my point. Who else prior to the launch of Loki would you put in that spot who died and has a physical variant that we have seen on screen that could be that person?
Well, the dying doesn't really matter.
No, it does. It absolutely matters because he's a variant.
Right.
Okay,
And we
by
saw
that
a
math,
new
you
Loki.
could do it with Gamora, you could do it with Nebula, you could do it with Thanos, you could do it by that math of someone who died on screen and had their variant. You could do it with a bunch of people.
So does Thanos in the TVA make a lot of sense?
No, but you
Also,
could have
though,
you
if
could have done it with the guy that ends up being
Hold
the
on.
bad guy at the end of Loki.
Can
That
we go
is
back
his
to the
entire
beginning of this?
story. It could
Because
have been
you're
his
creating
story.
you're creating a storyline right now, and you're trying to create characters and bring characters into it that people want to watch. You're
I
not.
understand.
Unfortunately, Nebula is not going to bring people in. Loki is.
Okay.
So that's why they're.
The argument isn't whether or not it was good. The argument isn't whether or not it made sense. The argument is that until the very end of the story, Loki did not need to be the person selected. That's it.
Did you know
It
that
could
Loki
have been
is
any
God?
character put in that position, and you could have told the exact same story.
Bummer. They picked
Loki
Loki, so
and the
that's what they
Christian
did.
God have a lot in common. Therefore, they are the same person. Fight me.
No, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it was bad. I enjoyed it. I've watched it multiple times. It was a good story, but it could have been literally anyone until you get to the point where he faces the he who remains at the end. At that point, then it becomes necessary that it's Loki.
Or the planet of the planet of all the Lokis.
Yeah. Exactly.
The alligator
Negative
Loki, the kid Loki,
Yeah.
the old Loki, the vignette Loki.
But once again, you could have
Wasn't
done
there
that
a
with any
Loki
character.
too?
That's the whole point. I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm super
a Loki.
excited to watch season 2. But
Okay.
it could have
Not
been
even
anyone.
going to
All right,
explain that
so-
joke. Just going to jump right over it.
Yes, I am.
There was a
Point
Loki.
is, Loki season 2 is coming out. We're all very excited.
It's going to be good.
It's gonna be
and
good because it's about
obviously
fucking Loki.
Actually, it's about Mr. Timely, so fuck off.
To more discussion. But while everyone is fired up and feeling the need to fight with each other,
Oh, we have the proper level of anger going for this game.
Hold on. I need more.
I know. I'm going to have to make myself some more mocktail here in a
all
minute.
right? I have
This is so good.
This is the best one we've done in a while.
Hold on.
pleasures.
Listen.
We have a bracket to fill out.
Ooh, a bracket.
Oh, it's so good.
All right.
I have foreknowledge.
That sounds
Horror
dirty.
villains.
Okay.
So, who will kick whose ass
Okay.
in these fights?
Okay.
There's no seating in this. So before
Okay.
we go there,
Got
there's
it.
not like a 1 versus 16 or
Okay.
anything like that. These are just
Got it.
randomly seated.
These are completely random.
Okay. Got it.
All right.
This is good. This is going to be really good.
All right.
Okay.
First, we have
Fire away.
Norman Bates from Psycho versus Nosferatu.
Nosferatu kicks.
Oh,
his ass.
Nosferatu wins.
That's an easy
Yeah,
one.
that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Oh. Norman Bates is just a crazy fuck that kills people.
Yeah, with a severe Oedipal complex. That's the whole basis of the character.
Yeah.
It gets better.
So that
no, you're fine. We're not arguing. We're just saying
no,
that's
it
easy.
gets way better.
Samara from The Ring versus Chucky.
Ooh.
The question is, does Chucky have a TV?
Well, obviously there has to be a TV for her to be there.
But does Chucky have one?
I don't know. I haven't seen any of the fucking movies.
I mean,
it depends on the house
technically-
he's in. Most of them have TVs.
Technically, they are
you
both
get in without a TV.
malevolent spirit stories, right? So I'd say Samara because she seems less destructible.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, Samara. Yeah.
All right, Samara.
Yeah. Bonus points for Chucky if Jennifer Tilly's walking around in not much clothing.
That'd be that'd make it definitely weird in that scene.
Okay. Leatherface versus Ghostface.
Ooh,
Leatherface.
Ooh. Is there true to the Ghostface story? Is there more than one killer?
I don't know.
There has to be.
Apparently there has to be.
Then I give it to Ghostface because there's more than one of them.
Yeah, but Leatherface is just that's Leatherface.
All right, we have one vote for Leatherface, one vote for Ghostface.
Chainsaw beats knife.
Yeah, but Chainsaw doesn't beat Chainsaw by multiple knives.
Keep
He's
going,
not
guys.
gonna
I need to hear
fight
the
him.
argument.
He's not going to fight them all at once.
Keep
Why
going.
not?
Because it's Ghostface, not Ghostfaces.
Yeah, but the Ghostface killer is multiple people.
It's one guy at a time. Chainsaw wins.
All right, so here's my decision.
Oh, here we go.
As Ghostface is literally about being a copycat killer, I find that is less destructible than Leatherface.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Ghostface goes on.
All right, he breaks the time. We'll do this pew pew style.
All right. Hannibal Lecter versus Mr. Hyde from Jekyll and Hyde.
Wait,
Hannibal's-
which version of Mr. and Hyde or Jekyll and Hyde? Are we talking about the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Jekyll
No,
and Hyde? Are we
original.
talking about the original?
All of these think original unless said otherwise.
Hannibal Lecter. Way too smart.
Yeah, I think Hannibal Lecter versus the Hyde character, Hannibal ends up winning just because he's smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Pennywise versus Mike Myers.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. This is where I was like, oh, that's good.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Well, because you got the god from the Curse of Thorn versus this ultra dimensional
Right.
monster.
Yeah, you never really beat Mike Myers. He always comes back.
Well, then that's the story of Pennywise, though, because it always just switches to a different universe when it dies. It never truly dies.
Right.
I'm going Mike Myers. Because if he goes to a different universe, that's somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
He
It's a
goes
forfeit
to
at that point. Mike
eight,
Myers,
he
yeah.
goes to 826. We're in
Yeah.
616.
Mike Myers wins because he can send him to a different universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
He goes to Earth 2.
And he becomes someone else's problem
We'll
at
just
that
cross
point.
over all the EUs. Let's go.
Hey,
All right.
game on.
Gilman, or the creature from the Black Lagoon, versus Lon Chaney's Phantom.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Just because. I literally have no basis for that decision. That just
You just don't like musicals.
No, this is not from a musical.
He's not the Phantom of the Opera. He's
It's
just a
Phantom of the
Phantom.
Opera, dude.
Oh, then I'm going with the Phantom. That's easy. I was thinking Phantom of the Opera when I saw that because she doesn't have what you said before.
Lon Chaney. This
Lon
was
Chaney, yeah.
like the original Phantom,
Oh.
like creepy
Oh,
face, like
yeah.
he lived in a cage.
Yeah,
And
no, I'm
then
going.
he escaped and went on his
Monster versus Weird Guy. Monster wins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I give it to the miniature kaiju.
I'm gonna go with Matt. Yeah. Let's
Okay.
go the creature.
Creature. All right. Pinhead from Hellraiser or Carrie.
Oh,
Pinhead.
Pinhead wins.
I think Pinhead just because of his house of horrors.
Yeah,
And
you can drag you to hell.
Pinhead has a bunch of friends.
This is my current.
Carrie literally has no friends.
Yeah.
This is my current favorite matchup, and when Mark saw it, he laughed because then he realized all of the jokes from another movie that he had missed. All right, so Godzilla versus Bruce the Shark
from Jaws.
Oh, Godzilla wins.
Godzilla. Bruce the Shark is a fucking machine.
Hold on there.
And he's only 30 feet long. Godzilla's 10 stories.
I did not realize that the shark was called Bruce.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah.
We said it like a month ago. We talked about Bruce the Shark.
Okay, wait.
Uh-oh.
Now he realizes why it's funny that fish are friends, not food.
Food because it's Bruce the Shark.
Yeah, Bruce the Shark.
That's the whole joke.
Everything makes so much more sense now.
That shark actually lives at a junkyard in California over the entry. He's like on the gate, just Bruce, just sitting there.
Bruce.
But yeah, it's Godzilla. 100 times over Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now we're at the point where we're on the next round.
Okay.
So Nosferatu versus Samara.
Samara.
Yeah, Nosferatu couldn't turn her.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Samara can live in the daylight.
Yeah.
Ghostface versus Hannibal.
Hannibal.
I say Ghostface in this one.
You know what? If we're going with there's 1,000 of them, then we're going with Ghostface.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with that for the same reason that I gave it to the last one.
Right.
I just think that Hannibal would outsmart even all of them at once.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this one. Mike Myers versus the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers, yeah.
Myers.
All right, and Pinhead versus Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, they're gonna win this.
Nuclear fire.
But that would be hilarious.
This is going, guys, right?
See Pinhead try and pull Godzilla to hell.
Of like a bunch of chains and Godzilla's like, what, bro?
Samara versus Ghostface.
Samara
in this case. You know where this is going, guys, right?
I do know where it's
Myers
going.
Versus Godzilla.
Godzilla.
All right. And finally, Samara versus Godzilla.
Does he
Godzilla.
It's Godzilla, and that's ridiculous.
All right. So the winner and undisputed champion of the NTK super villain horror film bad guy showdown is Godzilla.
Godzilla.
That's like when Duke makes the NIT. It's just not fair.
It's just not fair for everybody else.
It's Duke. Yeah. They should have been in the tournament. So
I saw the bracket after it came out, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good one."
Yeah, it's Godzilla.
Okay. The last thing I have on our list is a shout out to some of our listeners and followers on the various forms of social media. Posted a meme that just said, hold on, I have it here. Your dragon cry is fill in the blank. The last medication you took, the thing next to you, and then predictive text. So these are some of my particular favorites. From Addie Splendor. I am multivitamin, hoarder of the shays. Fear me for an additional pay stub of the chance to be born in Hollywood.
So wait, do you have to say hoarder of the?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
I am Benadryl. This is from Mile High Menagerie. I am Benadryl, hoarder of my husband. Fear me for a few hours. Now, these next ones, Mark said, are very me. So, I am Lexapro, hoarder of the Squishmallows. Fear me, for I'm going to be a little bit late.
Very true.
And that's Risa Gamgee. And then the last one I have pulled out is I am Topamax, hoarder of the books. Fear me for the sake of the world.
But that is very much Lisa. That is very much yeah, very much so.
All right, what is yours, Matt?
He's laughing at me. No,
he's laughing at what his is going to be.
I did it.
And
I am melatonin, hoarder of the wine. Fear me because I'm a little tired and I'm going to try to get up early and go to yoga tomorrow.
That's in your predictive text.
I know, I don't.
I've
never typed yoga in my life on any device I've ever had. I don't know why.
How is that in your predictive text?
all right, Tank, have you done yours?
Yeah, I got mine.
All right, let's hear Tank.
Wine.
All right. I am Zyrtec, hoarder of the cameras. Fear me because they can't get me out of here.
That works. So for all of those of you who are watching and or listening, please respond with what yours would be. So it is the last medication you took, what is next to you, and then predictive text.
That's fun.
So Mark and I will do ours at a later time.
Yeah.
Just because his phone, I think, I have no idea where, and mine has a bunch of crap pulled up already.
That's where it is.
Yeah. You don't have any idea there, neither does he.
Over there.
Did you hear it? It's over there somewhere.
It's over there.
It's in the house.
That's where it is.
Okay.
It's not lost. We'll find it.
Yep.
Before we call it a day, does anybody have any last minute things to add?
I can't wait for Loki season 2. I can't wait for Dune to come out later this month.
Yeah.
Really excited to see how they tie the story up, but how they show the tying up of the story, because it's been so super truthful to this point to the source material. It's the best representation of the novel that I've ever seen in any adaptation of Frank Herbert's work.
I can agree with that.
And I'm glad that the writers are back to work, so we can get some things going in the nerdverse and get some more entertainment on the small screen. And let's go heir to the empire. Come on.
We're also getting Goosebumps later this month on Disney.
I was hoping we're not getting Goosebumps. That sounds like an awful
Goosebumps.
disease.
And Gen V on Prime.
I'm gonna start watching that tonight. Looks good.
Yeah, that'll be fun to talk about next time.
What's that?
It's in the boys universe, but it's a college for heroes.
Yeah, I saw
or
that.
Powered people.
that.
I'll put it
Powered
powered
people.
people.
That's what to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that means next time we get back together, we're going to have to talk about those things.
Oh, here we go.
Hello, gorgeous.
Oh, I was wondering.
Say hi. Is Sissy already sleeping?
Pikachu!
Say hi.
Hi, Lorenzo. Hi, Aunt Mimi. Hi, Uncle Ben.
Pikachu!
What am I? Chopped liver?
Love you, sweet girl.
That's
Have
what that
sweet
smell is.
dreams.
Are you Goal, Uncle Lorenzo?
Huh?
Are you Goal?
I guess
Cool.
I am, yeah. Gold Lagoon.
Yes. All right.
The name.
And
Love you.
Aunt Mimi Dutch is your goal.
Yep.
That's correct, my
That's
sweet.
right.
Shut the door. Love you, sweet girl.
Hey, Tank, is the rock band set up new back there?
No.
I just noticed the drum set. Have never noticed it before.
It's in a different location. It was.
It was
there.
over there. Okay, got it.
Yeah, rock band.
Carry on my wayward son.
It's a great song.
I just think
So-
about that South Park episode.
All right. So tomorrow, see the idiots do their pew pew pick'em.
Yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Be ready.
We'll be back here in less than 12 hours.
Yes,
Next week,
like your energy drinks and coffee for the morning.
Oh,
Next week, you'll have My Brother is an Idiot talking about all of the sports and such. And then week after, we will be back to talk about all of the things that we have watched, that we have discussed so far, and all of the things that we have watched and or read that we don't even know we're going to do yet. So follow us on all of our socials. Uncle Goon will give you his in just a moment. All of ours are Nerds That Know on pretty much everything. We're on the artist formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and whatever other socials there are out there. I'm sure we're somewhere. So just find us as Nerds That Know. And Uncle Goon.
Make sure you check us out on all of our social channels. Mark's Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok are at Popple You can find My Brother's an Idiot on Facebook. Just search that. We'll get you in. Look for the black logo. My Brother's an Idiot can also be found on Twitch and Twitter at The Idiot Goons. My Twitter is at Poffalopagus, and you can find me on TikTok at King Goon Smoke.
Oh, and don't forget to check out Knox Nostalgic Collectibles because he'll never plug his own shit. All right.
God damn it. What
Bye,
are you,
everybody.
fucking
Yeah, you
Paul
have to.
You fucking Paul Harvey.
That was good.
And
That was good.
The rest
bro.
of the
I'm
story.
Paul Harvey. Good day.
Pushing the button. Pushing the button.
I'm a professional voice guy
Right.
now. Come on.
And Rocco is just a fucking rock.
Rocco, fuck off. We love you, Elmo.
Bruh.
Stan Elmo.